we all watched Devil May Cry on Netflix, which is based on the original video game series for PlayStation back in like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8 episodes.
Very short.
I know I've already brought this up in the last episode. What did you guys think?
Well, I know
of the
Kimmy
show?
had some words, so I want to hear what she had to say.
Yeah, you have notes. You said.
She said she had notes.
Did I? Oh.
Girl,
I'm so.
I'm the guy in the
Yo,
chair.
you came off so spicy. You was like, I just finished Devil May Cry. I have notes.
It's kind of mid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah. That's what I said.
It's
mid.
First of all, I feel like we barely even saw Dante. Like, I feel like majority of it was like a lot of extra shit that wasn't even
saw
about him.
Dante
You said-
swing his sword.
You said I got some talking points to discuss for sure.
Okay, yes. Damn. Okay, brought up the receipts.
I'm the guy in the chair.
Hey, man, you gotta remember what you say.
Okay, yes, no, but I think it's mid. We barely saw Dante. Yeah, no, barely any sword, barely any of that. I knew we weren't gonna see a lot of Virgil, so like I was.
I'm
Fair,
very
fine.
surprised we saw as much as we did.
Exactly. No, he always shows up late, barely at all, whatever. I remember I watched the original show back in the day.
2007.
Yes, it was like way back in the day, but I don't
didn't
remember
watch it
anything
either.
about it. I just remember I liked it.
But you never played the video game. You never had PS2.
No, but I played Marvel vs. Capcom, and Dante was part of my team, so I loved his stuff.
Yeah.
Dante and Trish were part of my team. But I just the music. Okay, so you said that certain
The
music.
Last Resort by Papa Roach.
No, I thought
On
that
the
came on.
highway scene.
That came on a good time. When that came on, I was like,
But
oh!
the remix for the Last Resort song, I didn't like it.
It wasn't a remix. It
Personally.
was just cut shorter.
No, it was definitely a remix.
I don't know,
That wasn't the original song.
Okay, but either way, I liked that. I thought it added to the scene better because I was like, oh, he about to cook. And then he did. The one thing I was like, I don't know about that one was like at the end when it ends with American Idiot. But then I was like,
That was so cringy.
it was cringy.
But I get what they're going
But yes,
for.
I was like, oh, but it makes
like,
sense.
It really made it seem like some like corny American Pie ending.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I guess that was the point because they're making fun of the
Yeah.
Americans.
Yeah.
So like,
because they still colonizing.
yes, they're colonizing. I was like, this is very American, and I hate that this is so America, and this is all the things America would do. And I was like, I get it. This is American Idiot, but the way that they went about it, I don't know. I just
It's too on the nose.
it was too on the nose. I didn't like it.
I'm biased because I just don't like that genre of music. So every time the music played,
Oh.
I looked away.
You don't like rock?
He doesn't like the punk emo
Not
era.
my bag. Not like
You never.
I tried playing it on in the car. He was like, change this.
yeah.
Wow.
I was in the
Changes.
car with her, I was like, she just like, yo, you listen. I listened. I was like,
You never went through the phase.
I've said this to you many a
Yeah.
times. I am a kid, homegrown from Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
Y'all didn't listen to Green Day?
Niggas is not listening.
Boulevard of
and
Broken
if,
Dreams?
And if niggas was listening to it, it was somebody
When
probably listening to
September
it
ends.
on their own or 6 a.m. on MTV when it played in the morning or whatever. It played. But like, come on, bro. Like, I'm chicken noodle souping. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I was
You
doing
know what
both.
I mean? I'm Harlem shaking. I'm not doing that.
I
You
was
know
doing
what
both.
I mean?
I'm part of the culture.
Yeah, but we not over here like, nigga, we going to the basketball court. We play manhunt out here in these streets. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
not saying it was a game,
Anyway.
not some game. It just wasn't not in the rotation. You know what I mean?
I think one of the highlights of the show, like, again, it's not the best show. Like, it's average at the end of the day. I think one of the highlights for sure is Dante himself. I thought that the voice acting for Dante, the guy they played him, he's
Johnny
the
Young
one-
Bosch,
Yeah.
the Black Ranger.
Oh, really?
He did such a good job playing Dante. Dante just came off. Every scene he was in was charismatic. He
Yeah.
was funny.
He's Ichigo as well.
He's engaged. Yes.
Oh.
I really liked him. I thought Dante throughout the show. I thought the design for him was really
Yeah.
good. The devil form, terrible.
Really?
Absolute
it was cool.
ass.
Nothing
I hated
crazy.
it.
Super ugly.
The one
Yes.
thing I will say, I think that villain backstory was one of the
Yo.
best I've seen in
Fire.
so
Rabbit?
Absolutely
long.
fantastic.
The rabbit, yeah.
Absolutely.
But you also get the backstory of the girl too. in the
Yes,
same
both
episode.
like that whole episode.
That confused me because I was like, do they know each other or not?
Same.
I was like, they was throwing me off.
Yeah.
But they did
But-
know each other
They did it.
in the future.
Oh,
No, like they ended up having an intertwined.
yeah.
You talk about when they were kids.
But it was because where they placed it,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is he?
Are they brothers,
I was like,
sister?
no, I thought is he supposed to be that kid with the glasses?
Yeah.
Because the animation style changed, right?
Yes,
So I thought it
yes.
was maybe trying to throw me off. I thought the rabbits and that character's backstory was absolutely fantastically written, and
Yes.
then I feel like they really violated bro in the end. Like I just didn't like what they kind of like how
Turned
what
him
they-
into.
what they kind of ended up doing. It didn't make sense. I was like, man, this backstory is so rich, and then when you get to the final motivations, and then seeing all the fucked up shit he did, I was like, okay, I get it's trying to go with everybody who you think is a liberationist or whatever, it can also be seen as a terrorist or whatever, and like you can go to toe the line of being a vigilante in the hero world very easily by doing one thing. It didn't feel, I don't know, it felt clumsy.
It lost
felt clumsy.
it lost a little bit of the plot at the end.
I was just like, now I don't care. I was like,
But his story and like his motivation, like it was beautiful.
good. It was
was
good.
so
The
good.
voice acting was also just like every time that man spoke, I'm like Shakespeare.
yeah,
was
he
great.
was cooking.
He-
was cooking.
He was so
Very menacing.
So
very
good.
menacing.
I thought, and it was an original villain. I thought he was very well done. That episode was
him
great.
being a human completely shocked me.
yeah, shocked. Woo.
just
But
stapling
then,
a
but then
rabbit's
I started,
face.
but then I started thinking too much. I was like, well, how the fuck was he moving the lips?
That me too. Me too. I was like,
I was like,
the lip flaps.
the lip. No, that shit was really.
it was
That shit was, that was
He
like,
was
this thing got an Muppets would never.
I think they made it so like he like sewed his mouth into it, and
Maybe,
that's how,
yeah.
Maybe,
It was
yeah.
insane. I did think about it too long for a little bit, and I said, just
no,
let
no,
it
no.
go.
That
Just
was
let it
me
go,
too.
bro.
That was
Just
me
let it go.
too. I thought about it. But I think like the way they did it, where he's sewing the thing onto his face, like
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's fine. The animation's fine. I just
It's
wish
there.
it's there.
It's there.
We're leaning too into, and I know it's because it's Netflix and it's like not the same way like a animation studio or anime studios making it. We got to pull away from the CG a little bit
A
more,
little
just
bit.
a little bit more for
Yeah.
certain. With everything, don't gotta look like it's trying to be Arcane diet. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like the wind and fire guy, Demon Brothers.
It
like,
was alright.
too much CG. Again,
It
when he
was
went into his
wonky.
devil form,
Mhm.
too much CG.
Yeah, I agree.
But overall, no.
It's entertaining.
I'll
Getting-
give it
Also,
7.
Kevin Conroy, his last role
Yeah.
before passing
Yeah,
away.
that's the last roll.
The whole time I was like looking at the VP, like, why do I know his voice? Why do I know his voice?
You don't know who Kevin Conroy
I know
is?
his
Not
voice.
his name.
OG
He's
Batman.
Batman.
Oh.
The Batman from the Batman the Animated Series.
Oh.
Yes. So the whole
okay.
time I'm sitting here like, why do I know him? Why
Yeah.
do I know his voice? And it's fucking Batman.
Yeah, I agree though. 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I could
It was alright.
I could be persuaded into a 6 if you really want to just hate on it and then like you influence me
It
to
was
start
alright.
being a hater. So yeah,
It
7.
was alright.